Alright, I'm back for another technical review of some stocks here. I've got my list of what I call meme stocks or the momentum stocks from the past year, from 2000 or 2020, I mean. Today we saw a pretty big move in Roblox RBLX, up 8%. Looks like we just jumped to the top of the range, the high that previous high here. So I'm kind of expecting this to retreat from here. If it does get above that, this could be considered support. This $84 level could be considered support if we can get above it. Oh, and I'm looking at 4-hour charts, so I like 4-hour charts. It's good to look at daily charts too, so you know what direction the trend is going. RCON. The stock's been fairly strong. It kind of looks to me like it's trying to top out here, so I don't like chasing momentum, so I wouldn't really be a fan of trading this after this big of a run. Let's look at a daily chart here. Yeah, this thing's up a good 1,000% from where it started running down here. So some of these look like they're trying to turn around here, but technically they're still in a downtrend. But if you go by these technicals, by the time they get in an uptrend, you may be too late. You're already going to be have lost out on a lot of price action. So we come down to a 4-hour chart, and you can see that we're getting ready to test the cloud here. So we have had a TK cross right here. So if bottom fishing is your thing and you want to try to get in these early, I look for the TK cross. I look for a pullback near the Tinkinson right here. I can see how the candles pull back to the Tinkinson line. And try to get in near this Tinkinson line and look for price to stay above it. And the Tinkinson, of course, to stay above Kijinson and hopefully push through the cloud here. Quite often you're going to get a reaction. So it's not unusual to see price come below Tinkinson and test the Kijinson here. See, the Kijinson is going to start curving up as well. And price may break below here and test that Kijinson line. Let's see if we can find an example. We had a cross right here, but it sure didn't last very long, did it? Went right back down. Okay, there's a cross right here, and price fell below it there, and it tried to find support here from the Kijinson line. Tried to get above it here and failed. So then we got another TK cross going down. So you see we've had a few of these TK crosses, but they don't last long because we're still below the cloud here. So it's pretty high risk trying to trade this. And I think this could just be short sellers taking profits. We're seeing some profit taking in the market. Things have been a little difficult lately, especially in the crypto market. Let's see, let's look at ZOM. We're still in a pretty steep downtrend here. GameStop, okay, 4-hour chart still. I'm seeing a lot of consolidation with GameStop here. Chart really doesn't interest me much. Let's look at a daily chart. Daily chart, we're below the cloud, so I really don't see this doing much unless we can get back above this level here, this long flat top of the cloud here at about 245. So I'm really kind of surprised this hasn't just tanked from here and gone down, but We're just kind of consolidating here. Tilray, nothing much going on here. Still in a downtrend. We've downtrends. We can get these little ups and downs, and they're basically the bull traps. Plug Power is kind of interesting. This has been seeing some strength. We've gotten above Tinkinson and Keeganson on the daily chart. We do have a lot of downtrending technicals here. We got the downtrending 50 moving average, the cloud, both the bottom and the top of the cloud. So just like with the other one I mentioned, if you want to try to trade this TK cross, trade the momentum, look for prices to stay above the Tinkinson here. And we're trying to break above the cloud. That's the first signal right here, this green bullish twist of the cloud. So we may see price come up and pull back and try to get on top of this this green cloud that's forming. I would say at this point, I wouldn't rush into it. I'd wait for more chart information to evolve and look for more signs that a trend is developing. We're not just seeing another one of these whoop-de-doos in a downtrend. This one does look a little stronger than some of these I've seen in the past. We've stayed well below the cloud. This one here, we're coming into the cloud. So it could be that the market is finding these interesting again. Cciv, this one's seen some strength. I would wait for a pullback on this. I think that eventually we're going to see a pullback. We're going to come and test the Keeganson here. I would wait till price finds its way. This cloud starts to develop more and maybe see price come down and test the uptrending cloud and hope to hold it. So I would still be very leery of these. We've got a TK cross here. But you can see on the 4-hour chart we get quite a few TK crosses. But for the most part we're still in a downtrend here. So we could draw our lines. We could draw a downtrend line here. Just a little oversold here is what we are. Kodak, not much going on there. DraftKings looks like it's trying to find a bottom here. We've got on top of the Tinkinson line. Looks like we're just way oversold here to me. Look how far the Tinkinson's got from the Keeganson and the cloud here. So basically bottom fishing with these. Could look at some long-term support levels. We did come down and bounce from a decent price action support level here at about $39. This could be a decent place to base a trade. Look for the $39 level hold, but really we have price action support and this whole range right here. So actually DraftKings really doesn't look too bad. I think it's a pretty decent stock. Cciv, another one that's trying to recover here. 4-hour chart. That is a very steep and thick cloud here. Cloud's starting to thin out. We still have our long-term descending trend line here. I'm not real confident that these things are just have found a bottom and ready to rally. I think that these patterns are, these stocks are broken, the technicals are broken, and it's just going to go on. It's going to take a lot of time for these things to find their footing and develop a good uptrend again. I feel like that they had their heyday, and it's just a whole new market now. Genius Brands, not much going on here. I had a trend line that I'd drawn that's now invalid. We've broken that, so really not liking that chart. Open Door Technologies, this one there's a bloodbath. Take a look at Twitter. This looked like it might have found a bottom here. Could just be we're oversold. If you like Twitter as a long-term investment, then of course you try to buy these lows here. Neo still can't seem to get up off the floor. Snapchat looks like this is just kind of range-bound consolidation here. Getting in at the bottom of this range might be decent for long term. Eventually it should break out of this range and hopefully to the upside. This trend was pretty steep, so I think it just needs to cool off and consolidate some like what we saw here. Little consolidation here. Tesla started to break down. We do have this support area here. Looks interesting, this $541 level. And it looks like we're trying to bounce from there. Uber. Yeah, so some of these I think I'm just seeing it as a pullback in a downtrend. This is way oversold here. We've still got our downtrending Keygens in here in the cloud. Workhorse oversold. Ideanomics, IDEX, still respecting the cloud here and trending lower. We do have this kind of long-term rising stair-step thing going on, and the market may see this and react here somewhere. So I think trying to get in towards the bottom of this sort of consolidation range here at about 240. This thing could at some point follow through with this pattern the way it's done. Actually, it's this pattern is really not all that reliable, but the market looks at something like this and we start touching this trend line again, all of a sudden it blows up. It's a gamble. Quantum space, I actually have been shorting this. Once we broke down below this support area here, we came back up, we tested it from below and failed. I kind of been in and out of this shorting it. I don't like just staying in something for a long time short. I look for something like this and I short it, and then I see a green candle like it's going to pull back and I take my profits. So I've been in and out of that one. Sundial, not a lot going on there. Charge point, we're kind of at the back of the top of our descending wedge here, and it traded down today. Looks like we're reacting to that. This is liable to get narrower and narrower if we keep trading within this range, and eventually it's going to resolve in one direction or another. These things could eventually break out again. CLOV. This chart kind of worries me. Rail. This thing's been a nice uptrend. Freight Car America. Railroads have been doing pretty good. I think this is this kind of looks like a buyable pullback here. If we can get back up to $8, it's from here, that's a good 60% gain or so. RBLOK or BLOK. I've actually been playing with this one, shorting it too. Took a short yesterday on this, or yesterday afternoon, and just held it for a day and took profits today. I don't want to hold it through the weekend, but we're in a confirmed downtrend. These crypto-related stocks are getting hammered. I like to wait for these pullbacks to short them. I'll pull back to the indicator line here. MSTR. This one's been a decent short. We had this kind of support area here and we've broken below it. This one's up a lot. Could potentially come down a lot. Could potentially come down, another fall, another 50-60% easily. RIOT, trying to hold a support area here. Downtrending pressure here, not looking too promising. I think if we see a breakdown here, we're going to see this thing sell off considerably as well. SOS, we had a support area here that we broke. These downtrends have just gone on for a long time, haven't they? When this all started back in February. Let's see. See if there's anything. I'm still holding Alibaba. I should probably close this, but I don't know. This thing just has this long-term kind of rising trend, and we're breaking below it. We're looking pretty oversold, so some news and this thing could blow up. But I still have some profits actually. I bought this during the COVID crash, so somewhere around in here. We may get back there. Yeah, so Baba's not looking too good. Square, I guess Square is a crypto-related stock. I didn't really realize that, but we've got this support area here I've been watching, and it looks like it's going to break. Apple, not a lot going on with Apple. Still kind of seeing this consolidation. It's actually sort of a rising channel here, you see? Just kind of a gradual rising channel, which is actually kind of good because that's sustainable. Something gets into too steep of a trend, it's not sustainable. We are at the top of a long-term rising channel, so I've been wanting to get into Amazon. So we're kind of near the bottom of this consolidation range. Like to see it closer down here to 3,000. So this is just up a lot and just needs to cool off, consolidate. Eventually we're going to find our way back to this trend line, I think, as time goes on. And we may see another, ready for another push up from there. Let's look at airlines, how they doing. Kind of consolidating, losing some ground. We've gone into the cloud here. Netflix. A lot of consolidation here. Facebook. Well, kind of liking this chart. The trend was a little steep, so we cooled off some. Big gap up here, burn off some gains, and on our way back up. I think it's just a good long-term hold. I do like Facebook. Costco has been pretty solid. We're coming in an area of resistance from a previous top here. We may see this pull back, or we're at least reacting to it here. Still a good long-term, nice long-term hold. Look at the Qs, Q. Yeah, we're trying to hold an uptrend, but this thing just looks way overextended to me. I really expected this to come crashing down some time ago, but it's being kind of surprising. Micron, these chip stocks have been weak. I think eventually this is going to be a good buy opportunity. These are up an awful lot. We tend to get these big waves with this thing here. So this could continue to pull back for some time. Starbucks, this has been pretty strong. We've had a nice pullback here. Let's look at the long term. We're looking a little bit overextended. I like to look for opportunities, so I'm not really looking to buy Starbucks right here, but Home Depot's having a pullback. This thing has been really strong. We had, gosh, so many green candles in a row here. Looks like we're trying to hold the 50 moving average here. I like this in a pullback. Right now we're kind of at the top of our range here. Intel, another chip stock that's been weak. Long term, I think it's a good buy and hold. I like this support area here, which is where I got in. Disney is starting to see a little bit of strength. Getting close to the 200 moving average here. Good company in time of temporary weakness. course, the COVID crash was a really great place to get in down here. Around $90, below $100. Don't know if or when we'll see those prices again, but good company to hold. Caterpillar, this thing's been really strong. I've owned this before. I wish I just had the patience to hold on to it. You know, we get these, some of these things are pretty hard to hold. Makes it hard to hold a stock when you watch it doing something like this. Gosh, we're clear down here to $25. Now we're at $237. All right, I'm going to wrap this up for now.